Are you over 65 and struggling to bend down and tie your shoes without holding onto something? What if I told you that this simple movement, along with 9 others, could be a powerful predictor of not just your mobility, but your longevity? Stay with me, because what I'm about to share might just add years to your life. Welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad you're here today, because we're going to talk about something that could change everything for you or someone you love. Today, we're diving into 10 essential movements that, if you can't perform them after 65, may be signaling something serious about your health and lifespan. But here's the beautiful part: science shows us it's never too late to improve. These aren't complicated gym exercises or anything that requires special equipment. These are simple, everyday movements that reveal how well your body is aging. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and, more importantly, what to do about it. This is all backed by research, and I promise to make it simple and practical for you. Let's start with the first movement: getting up from the floor without using your hands. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Why would I need to get up from the floor? But hear me out. Researchers in Brazil followed over 2,000 adults for several years and found something remarkable. Those who could sit down on the floor and stand back up without support had significantly lower mortality rates. Let me tell you about 2 people I know. Margaret is 68, and every morning she practices getting down to play with her grandchildren on the floor. It takes her a moment, but she can do it. Then there's Robert, also 68, who stopped even trying years ago because it felt too hard. Fast forward 3 years, and Margaret is traveling, gardening, and living independently. Robert has had 2 falls and struggles with basic mobility. The difference? Margaret kept practicing. Your ability to control your body against gravity shows your muscle strength, balance, and flexibility all working together. These are the pillars of independence. The good news is you can start today. Begin by practicing sitting down on a sturdy chair without using your arms, then progress from there. Use support at first, there's no shame in that, but keep practicing. Your future self will thank you. The second movement is standing on one leg for at least 10 seconds. This might sound simple, but it's profound. A study published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine found that people over 50 who couldn't balance on one leg for 10 seconds had an 84% higher risk of death within the next decade. Think about Martha and John, both 66. Martha practices standing on one leg while brushing her teeth every morning. She wobbles sometimes, but she's improving. John never thought about it and recently discovered he can barely manage 3 seconds. His doctor explained that poor balance often predicts falls, which are the leading cause of injury-related deaths in seniors. Balance isn't just about not falling, it's about your brain, your inner ear, your muscles, and your nerves all communicating perfectly. When that system breaks down, everything else follows. But here's what you can do: start right now in your home. Hold onto a counter and practice lifting one foot just an inch off the ground. Hold it for as long as you can. Do this daily, and you'll see improvement within weeks. Your body wants to get stronger. You just have to give it the chance. If you're recognizing yourself in these first 2 movements, I want you to do me a favor. Type yes in the comments below. Let's build a community of people committed to living stronger, longer lives. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. I share science-backed health tips for seniors just like you every single week. Now, the third movement: reaching your arms fully overhead. Can you clasp your hands together and stretch them straight up toward the ceiling without pain or limitation? Dorothy is 70 and does this every morning as part of her stretching routine. She can reach up to change light bulbs, grab things from high shelves, and feels confident in her body. Her neighbor, Bill, also 70, hasn't been able to lift his arms overhead in years. He didn't think much of it until he needed help with almost everything at home. Limited shoulder mobility often indicates frozen shoulder, rotator cuff problems, or chronic inflammation. But it also reveals something deeper: when we stop moving in certain ways, our body adapts by limiting that range of motion. We literally shrink our world. The beautiful thing is, gentle shoulder stretches, arm circles, and even resistance band exercises can restore much of this mobility. Start small. Reach up as far as you comfortably can each day, and gently press a little further. Movement is medicine, and your shoulders will respond. The fourth movement is walking at a normal pace without getting winded. Research shows that walking speed is one of the most reliable predictors of life expectancy in older adults. If you can walk a quarter mile, about 4 city blocks, without needing to stop and catch your breath, you're in good shape. Let me tell you about two sisters, Linda and Susan, both in their late 60s. Linda walks her dog every day, rain or shine. She maintains a steady pace and can chat while walking. Susan drives everywhere and finds herself breathing heavily just walking from the car to the store. Her doctor warned her that declining cardiovascular fitness is a red flag. When your heart and lungs can't efficiently deliver oxygen to your muscles, everything becomes harder, and your body ages faster. But this is one of the most reversible conditions. Start by walking just 5 minutes a day at a comfortable pace. Add a minute each week. Your heart is a muscle, and it will grow stronger with consistent, gentle exercise. Before you know it, those 4 blocks will feel easy. The fifth movement is squatting down to pick something up. Not a full deep squat, just the ability to bend your knees and lower yourself enough to pick up something from the floor safely. George is 72 and can still squat down to garden and play with his great-grandchildren. His friend Henry, the same age, threw his back out last month trying to pick up a dropped spoon because he bent only at the waist. The squat movement requires hip flexibility, knee strength, ankle mobility, and core stability. When you can't squat, you start bending incorrectly, and that's when injuries happen. Lower body strength is also directly linked to longevity. The weaker your legs, the higher your risk of falls, fractures, and loss of independence. Here's what you can do: practice sitting down and standing up from a chair 10 times a day. No hands if you can manage it. Progress to a lower chair over time. This simple exercise builds exactly the strength you need for safe squatting. Take a moment right now and leave a comment telling me which of these movements you find most challenging. Your story might inspire someone else watching this video. And don't forget to subscribe if you find this helpful. I create content specifically for people who want to age with strength and dignity. Let's continue with the sixth movement, bending forward to touch your toes or at least reach your shins. Flexibility in your hamstrings and lower back is crucial for daily activities like putting on shoes, picking things up, and getting in and out of a car. Patricia is 68 and stretches gently every evening while watching television. She can bend forward comfortably and rarely experiences back pain. Her brother Carl, also 68, can barely reach past his knees and suffers from chronic lower back stiffness. Studies show that flexibility decreases significantly with age, but regular stretching can slow or even reverse this decline. Tight hamstrings pull on your pelvis and create lower back pain, which limits your activity, which makes you weaker. It's a dangerous cycle. The antidote? Gentle daily stretching. Sit on the edge of a chair and slowly reach toward your toes, holding for 20 seconds. Do this twice a day, and within a month, you'll notice a difference. Your body is far more adaptable than you think. The seventh movement is gripping strongly with your hands. Can you open a jar, carry grocery bags, or hold onto a railing firmly? Grip strength is actually one of the most studied predictors of overall health in aging populations. Weak grip strength is associated with higher rates of heart disease, disability, and mortality. Emma is 71 and uses hand grippers while watching her favorite shows. She can still open any jar and feels confident carrying things. Her friend Joyce, also 71, struggles with buttons, jars, and feels her hands weakening every year. Her doctor explained that grip strength reflects overall muscle mass and vitality. When your grip weakens, it's often a sign that muscle loss is happening throughout your body. But you can fight back. Squeeze a tennis ball, use resistance bands, or practice hand exercises daily. Even playing cards or doing puzzles helps. Keep those hands strong, and you maintain your independence and your connection to the world around you. The eighth movement is turning your head fully to look over your shoulder. Neck mobility is essential for driving safely, being aware of your surroundings, and preventing falls. Thomas is 69 and does neck stretches every morning. He can check his blind spot easily when driving and feels secure in his movements. His cousin Alan, the same age, has such limited neck rotation that he's had several close calls while driving. Neck stiffness often comes from arthritis, poor posture, or simply not moving through a full range of motion regularly. This limitation makes you vulnerable and less aware. Here's the fix: several times a day, gently turn your head left and right as far as comfortable. Hold each position for 10 seconds. Do shoulder rolls and chin tucks. These simple movements maintain the mobility that keeps you safe and independent. The ninth movement is stepping up onto a curb or stair without needing to pull yourself up with a railing. This tests your leg strength, balance, and power. Barbara is 73 and walks stairs in her home multiple times daily. She feels strong and capable. Her neighbor Edward, also 73, holds the railing tightly and struggles with each step. He's fallen twice this year. Research shows that leg strength is the #1 predictor of fall risk in seniors. When your legs are weak, every step becomes dangerous. But you can rebuild this strength. Practice step-ups on a low step, even just a few inches high. Hold on to something for balance at first, then gradually reduce support. Do 10 repetitions twice daily, and your legs will grow stronger. Before we get to the 10th movement, let me hear from you. Comment below with strong if you're committed to working on these movements. Let's encourage each other. And please share this video with anyone you know who could benefit. Together, we can help each other age with strength. The 10th and final movement is getting out of a chair without using momentum or rocking. You should be able to stand up smoothly from a seated position using only your leg strength. Helen is 75 and can stand up gracefully from any chair. She feels confident and independent. Her sister Diane, the same age, has to rock forward several times or push off with her arms. This difference reveals everything about functional strength. When you can't stand from a chair easily, you lose independence. You avoid social situations, you stop going places, and your world shrinks. This single movement predicts whether you'll be able to live independently in your later years. Practice this: sit in a firm chair, cross your arms over your chest, and stand up using only your legs. If you can't do it yet, use your arms but keep working at it. Add in leg strengthening exercises like the chair squats I mentioned earlier. This is perhaps the most important movement of all for maintaining your quality of life. Let me bring this all together for you. These 10 movements aren't just exercises or tests. They're a window into how well you're aging and, more importantly, a roadmap for where to focus your efforts. The research is clear: maintaining these abilities can add years to your life and life to your years. I've seen people in their 70s and 80s who move better than some people in their 50s because they kept moving, kept practicing, kept believing it was possible. Your body is remarkable. It responds to what you ask of it. If you stop asking, it stops giving. But the moment you start asking again, with patience and consistency, it will surprise you with what it can do. It's never too late. Not at 65, not at 75, not at 85. Every single day that you practice these movements, you're investing in your independence, your dignity, and your longevity. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I hope this information empowers you and gives you a clear path forward. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these 10 movements spoke to you the most? Which one are you going to start working on today? Leave your answer in the comments below. Your journey might inspire someone else to take their first step. And remember what the ancient Greek physician Hippocrates said: walking is the best medicine. I would add that moving in all the ways your body was designed to move is the fountain of youth we've all been searching for. It was inside you all along.